Hello, true believers. This is Doc Hogg, and welcome to episode 64 of Comics and Variety. If you like this channel, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos, and for the sake of YouTube's search algorithm, please do hit the like button. Alrighty, today we have another video from our friend and contributor,
Mike, the Bloody Red Baron. Okay, cool it, ladies.
But before we get to that, I want to mention a couple of comic books that I'm backing. The first one is Grim Reaper, and it has less than 24 hours left on its campaign. Fortunately, the campaign has a flexible goal, so even if it doesn't meet its goal, you'll still get the comic book if you back it. It looks like, a really good comic book. It's about a fighter pilot who gets shot down, and then in the afterlife he gets a chance to become the new Grim Reaper, and he has to take out an undead Frankenstein monster. The art's good, the story's good. If you get a chance to back it, I'd really get on it as quickly as you can. The second comic book I'm backing is Seven Legions. It was down to about 24 hours left on its campaign. However, the writer Michael Beacon extended it to over 2 weeks, so you still have quite a bit of time on that one. But there is a problem. You see, Michael Beacon, he is a white man, and he is writing about feudal Japan. Clearly, that is cultural appropriation. It is one of the gravest sins that you can commit in our brave new world. And so Mr. Beacon needs to be punished. And the best way to punish him? Well, you see, secretly he does not want you to back his comic book. So the best way to force him to do penance is to actually back his comic book. And believe me, guys, Mr. Beacon needs to be punished. So hurt him. Hurt him bad. And the final one is Six Gun Gorilla. Fortunately, that one has just slightly short of a week left to go on its campaign, so there's still time. It's written by Brian Kriskow. The best way to describe this is a Clint Eastwood Western where you get to see what Clint Eastwood would look like with black fur and six-shooters the size of cannons. This one is over 40% of the way to its pretty modest $3,000 fixed goal. We still have time on it, thankfully, but do back it so we can get it the rest of the way. Alrighty, before we move on to Mike's video today, we need to note that Mike has 2 new books out. Regular novels, not comic books. The first one is Florida Man, and you can probably figure out what that's about just by the cover. And the second is book 6 in his biker series. It's called Bloodline, and you can get both of these on Amazon.com. Regular paperback editions, also the Kindle editions, and I will provide links to both in the description below. Alrighty, today Mike has a video about how to get a comic book story, or really any story, right at the very beginning. And it's a very helpful video if you can pay attention to what Mike is saying and not to his unbearably cute dogs. Alrighty, so let's get to it.
Here with Mike and the new pup, Freddie.
This is Freddie. Hi, folks. I often talk about the first lesson of writing, which is, what is your story about? And when somebody asks you that question, you have to be ready. You can't make it up on the fly, so you should think about it ahead of time. Sometimes it could be very simple, like Nazi biker zombies. Those 3 words themselves carry enough weight to excite a certain demographic. If you hear Nazi biker zombies, well, I'm there, I want to see that. Or fire-breathing dragons that terrorize a city. That's what the story is about. But a story, in order to grab you, must feature compelling characters, usually somebody with whom the reader can identify and with whom the reader sympathizes. The reader wants the protagonist to succeed. I started writing thanks to John D. MacDonald. I picked up my first John D. MacDonald book at a cigar store in Mitchell, South Dakota many years ago, and I was hooked because of his character, Travis McGee. So those of you who are writing and trying to sell your work, You're going to get hit with that question a lot. What is your story about? And you have to be ready. And there's no better tutor to that answer than old 60s and 70s paperbacks, such as this John D. MacDonald novel. This happens to be the first Travis McGee adventure. Boys. All right. Back here. Focus. But, you pick them up. You look at the back cover, and this is how you learn what your story's about. One look at Kathy Kerr, and you could tell there was nothing life hadn't done to her. She was innocence turned to helpless desperation. Great brown eyes gone mournful and hopeless. Tender illusion changed to memories of unutterable shame. You know what? Just listen to these dogs, and they will teach you what your story is about. Thank you very much.
Action activity. This is Freddie, our new little baby. He's a German Shepherd mix, about 12 weeks. Mac and Bob. Okay, well, so we're going to have a little entertainment with the pups. Freddie, Bob. Freddie, Bob.
They see me
Freddie.
matched.
Freddie.
You know, I think that
Freddie.
that's really quite enough.
Okay, goodbye, and we'll be back later this week. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mike. Alrighty, that music means that it is time for Hogg's Headlines, all the news that Doc Hogg wants to report on. Dateline, plant that flag. Officials in Springfield, Missouri have come up with a new way to deal with the clowns who do not clean up after their dogs. They put out these flags. And they have an alternate flag that reads, "This is a nudge to pick up the fudge." I love it. According to the article, the campaign started this week, and the police department noted on Facebook that leaving behind a pet's mess in many cases violates a city ordinance. The city said it picks up nearly 25 pounds of poop a week from downtown parks and parking lots, costing $7,500 annually. Now, as you well know, I'm not a big lover of government rules and regulations, but I agree with these kinds of ordinances. If it's your dog and it makes a mess, you are responsible for cleaning it up. You don't get to shove that on other people, even if those people are employed by taxpayers. And here's what else I like about this idea. Places like San Francisco and Seattle could use it to fix their poop problem. Alrighty, that's all for now. Until next time, have a very nice day.